BBC Radio Sheffield, that's Odyssey. Use it up and wear it out. Paulette's here at 1 o'clock on BBC Radio Sheffield. Now, a student at Doncaster College studying TV has been shortlisted for an award for his remake of a classic film. Jake McNeil made a 60-second film of the horror film Saw, and he's now one of 20 entries picked by the film magazine Empire. And Jake and his tutor, Dean Ayres, are here on BBC Radio Sheffield. Welcome to both of you. Hello. Dean, you must be very proud of him.
Yeah, that's an understatement, really. We're chuffed, everyone at college, to get a student to get something put in a national competition.
So you saw the article, the finished article, but was that the full story? Was that he went away, he made an epic for 60 seconds long, and you came back and thought that's brilliant?
Not exactly, no.
No. So what did you tell him to do?
At first he had quite a few errors with his continuity, random costumes changing midway through shots, which obviously you can't have in the middle of a film. So I said to Jake, I think you might have to re-record that one. Especially if you want a decent grade, first and foremost, and then secondly, if you want a chance of getting anywhere in that competition. So it's a bit of a bit harsh reality to get him to redo it all, but it was worth it in the end. So
this is actually, as well as being up for this award, this piece is actually as part of his normal college work.
It's part of his normal college work. It's what I do for the first year film and television level 3 students. Stick them into the deep end, tell them they've got to do a project which is going to get sent off to a national competition. If they feel free, I don't pressurise them. If they don't want to send it off, if they're not happy with it, they don't have to. It's down to the student at the end of the day to send off the work. But I'll encourage them to do it, at least.
Now, come on, be honest with us. Did you think that he had a chance of getting into the shortlist?
I actually did, yeah. I've been doing this competition for getting my students to send in work for 4 or 5 years now, and none of them, and I've seen some really good ones, have got anywhere near to doing it. And I thought to myself, the simplicity of Jake's, with it just being in one location, a really popular film, that I actually thought to myself, this has actually got a chance. There were 1 or 2 other ones that the students made which I thought the same thing of, but Jake's stood above the rest of them, to be honest.
So, Jake, you could have had any film in a vast repertoire of films, and you chose Saw. Why did you choose Saw?
Because, to be honest with you, when looking back at the old, looking at films, Saw really standed out to be the best film to make, because it's a horror one. So it's not very big budget in the first place. It wasn't, and to be honest with you, I looked at it and it was like set in one location. The main story around it was about 2 guys in a bathroom trying to get out in time before the time runs down, and they might be trapped there forever. There will be. So that really standed out for the old film to be quite simple to make within 60 seconds.
So, I don't know, Saw must be just under 2 hours long, and you've got to make 60 seconds of it. Mm-hmm. How difficult in your own mind is it to try and get that down just to 60 seconds? Because haven't you got to tell the whole story in just 60 seconds?
Yeah, really, you've got to basically tell the beginning, middle and end of the whole thing. So really, you've got to see, you've basically got to shred out every single scene that really is not really relevant. And even if you think it's relevant, when you're actually in the editing stage, you're actually cutting out even some of the good bits. You're thinking, it's really good, but actually in the end, when you're watching it, you think, that really does make sense.
But how do you... I have the same problem editing radio and audio, right? So you know that's a good piece, but time says that you can't put that piece in, but that piece is just as good. And you suddenly got lots of great pieces, but you think, I only need a minute. Yeah. That's the problem I have. You have the same problem.
Yeah.
That's reassuring.
I think it's where I came in.
Is it? No, I mean,
his original cut was 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah.
But Dean, I don't know how to get it down. I said, I'll tell you how to get it down.
Yeah.
Because I thought, it's not my work. The students sometimes find it difficult to cut their own work down, so it sometimes needs a second opinion just to say, probably, although that is good, get rid of that bit. We need to get it down to 60 seconds. So
that's how you do it. So it's a different pair of eyes, perhaps, that would work in this occasion.
Yeah. So I've done other films before, which is only about 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes, or done films like before, and even longer. But when it comes to actually doing a 60-second film, it's completely different challenge completely. It's a lot difficult.
Do you want to work in the film industry?
Yeah.
Is this the beginning of something big?
I hope it is.
What would you like to do? Is it producing? Is it directing?
Directing is what I've always wanted to be. For years, I've always wanted to do something to do. And like I've put stuff in other awards before, and in 2009 I got a national award in Bradford. I did. So you've won awards before? Yeah, I've won one in in a film festival, and which was shown at the Bradford Media Museum. It was.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that was shown for about 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a film set in London. It was, and.
So these awards themselves, when do we get to know how well you've done? You're on the shortlist.
We basically the first round ends tomorrow,
right?
And then on the first, I think it's the second round of voting, which is like I think it's top 10 or top 5.
We believe it's the top 10 are announced on Friday.
Yeah,
and then there's another round of public voting as well.
Okay.
For another 10 or 12 days.
So fingers crossed. You're going to be on the edge then for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If you get through the first round. It's been a delight meeting you. You could be a future director and be so famous you won't want to talk to us ever again in years to come. We're looking forward to that moment, though. It's been a delight meeting you both. Dean Ayres and Jake McNeil, thank you very much.